fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. Still playing with the setup and seeing how my microphone sounds if I do this. I don't want to carry it the whole time, that's all. So, hi. So, we're here today to cover someone I have never talked about. Maybe in passing I've talked about him, but I've wanted to talk about him for a long time, and I did film a couple of videos and then didn't edit them, I just didn't feel like the time was right. So, the Dad Challenge podcast, aka Josh Barber, he is terrible, basically. He's got over 200,000 subscribers, and he hit 100k maybe a couple of years ago now. He's also got some very hardcore fans. How you going, ladies? Good? You gonna ride all the way into the sunset with Josh? Because he does not honestly care about women, so that's why we're here. His platform, he says he's the dad of YouTube. Dad of YouTube. That's going to be one hell of a family reunion with the dad of YouTube. He's misogynistic, he's very conservative, and I think he hates women. I don't think he would say that, but that's how it seems. And he built his platform on being against family channels. And his platform started with Micah Stuffer. And Micah and the husband, why don't we know the husband's name? I can't remember it. Because you demonize women, right? Like he had some sort of thing that he was doing with the husband, because the husband had a car detailing business or something. Anyway, Micah Stuffer was the white lady influencer, YouTuber, family channel that adopted a very special needs child from China, or I can't even remember where now, but from an Asian country, and rehomed him like a dog. Oh, I'm gonna have to. So, this one is spicy, so there's gonna be some swears. My last one, I'm sorry, I swore a lot in that one. Editing Tish here. I just wanted to jump in and quickly say a bit of a disclaimer. So during this video, I'm going to talk about the Dad Challenge podcast as being a prude. Now, I just want to clarify what I mean by that, because some people might say, "Oh, I'm a bit of a prude," and I would like to make the distinction that I'm using prude with the connotation that there's judgment on others who are more sexually adventurous, whereas somebody who maybe considers themselves a prude could be considered vanilla, or just likes the basics or whatever. And there's no shame in that. That's fine. We all like what we like. But the way that he talks about sex, it's got a different tone to it. So I hope that I'm not going to offend anyone. Whatever you do in the bedroom between consenting adults, you go for it. Okay, thank you. Last anti-MLM. Yeah, so they rehomed him and did a video about it, got annihilated by the internet. Basically, that's it. Their career was over. They disappeared from YouTube after that. So, the Dad Challenge podcast got big off of that. And he just got information that was very strange. He covered it, every day. Now, the other thing that Josh does is he basically has a video a day. He has a lot of content. Okay, that makes it really hard for people to pin him down and nail him on things, because there's so much content to go through. He has a basement studio in his house, and he basically sits in his little hobbit hole like a little troll, talking about how much he hates women, and FaceTiming his wife upstairs to bring him things. So he is still milking the Micah. So the Micah Stuffer thing happened how long ago? It's got to be 3 or 4 years now. Oh, that's terrible. The first thing you get when you go to the Micah Stuffer on Google, is a picture of her with the boy. Jesus, that's terrible. That comes up immediately. Okay, 2020, so 4 years ago. And his latest Micah Stuffer video was... he did the last one on October the 27th, 2023. 4 or 5 months ago. From 4 years ago. She was his cash cow. That's where it grew. And, you know, like, and before that, 8 months before that, so he, you know, he's terrible. And is Micah Stuffer a good person? No, she's not. But, like, it's clear what he's doing, you know? He knows that he has a rabid audience, and they are rabid. And a lot of them have internalized misogyny, you know? They love to go and hate women on his channel. So, look, he covered her prolifically, and he knew stuff that he shouldn't, like her bra size. Like, how is that relevant to the situation with the child? It's not. And the other thing that he did, he threatened to go to her house and hold up signs outside her house that she was a horrible person and, you know, go in real life. Yeah, great. Friggin' hell. And, so the young boy who was adopted by the Stuffers and rehomed was with another family who was able to cater to his needs, and Josh tracked them down on Instagram and found that they were posting him and threatened them and said, you better not post them, and were harassing this poor boy's new family. So he's real good, isn't he? Anyway, now I think I became aware of him through Cece Suarez. At the time, I enjoyed her content, and I thought, oh, well, if she's recommended him, maybe it's good. And it wasn't. I immediately was turned off. He was a scumbag, basically. And it took a long time for Chelsea to move away from him. And they had a podcast where Josh was like, he even visited her, I remember. Where Josh was talking about driving in a bad area of town where the black people were, and he was afraid to stop, and he got asked about what music he was playing, and he goes, I don't know, and drove off, like, because he was freaked out. Anyway, he does have, so they, you know, haven't been associated for a long time. I don't know what happened when. I think I can recall lives that Chelsea did when she was cooking and saying that DCP, Dad Challenge Podcast, is also known as DCP. That they were still very good friends, and their timing was why they weren't going to be doing the podcast anymore. I don't know if I buy that. Anyway, he is not without his detractors. So there is a creator called Problematic Housewife. No, Marissa. She is probably problematic. I don't always agree with her. Not another housewife. That's it. Okay. So she has gone toe to toe with DCP a lot, and I think it's great. She has been harassed by his stance and, given a lot of shit. Her husband is terrible, and I have no respect for him. And she doesn't call him out. She loves him, and, you know, we choose who we love, and but she also does defend some of the family channels, so she's got some problematic points of view as well. Anyway, there's his Reddit turned into a hate, snark Reddit on him, and he's also had run-ins with or other creators who have offered their criticisms of him. Is Camelia, that she does used to do some lives with Kia's World, Kayla, and Sharon, Simply Sharon, BX Beast Boy, B Haney, and APOC. And APOC he's an anti-family channel creator, and he had big problems with DCP, and DCP put a hit piece out on him. It was very, very biased, and it was stuff that APOC had said when he was first on YouTube that he did not get rid of because he's changed his points of view now, and he doesn't, he's admitted that was wrong, but he's not going to cover it up. So yeah, anyway, it didn't matter because DCP grew because of his audience base. Like I said, are these women-hating women, and they're the type of people who see other women as competition, and you have to cut women down to raise yourself up. They're not very good people, in my opinion. So the problematic shit that he does, there's a couple of creators that he would focus on, like Micah. There's Love Meg, Brianna K, Just Jess, who he calls Just Us because he's really creative. Sorry, that's a mistake. He actually calls Just Cass Just Us. Okay, thanks. Because he's so funny, Just Us. Yeah, he's so funny. Reagan Britt also has covered him extensively. He also, who else? Maya, the one with the girl with the twins. He has covered the Ace family, who are terrible, we know that. And 8 Passengers. So he used to be a youth pastor, and he is still very religious, but he's left his church that he had grown up with. And he had a really problematic childhood with his parents being junkies or alcoholics or something like that, and he went to live with his grandparents and joined their church. So he's like one of these young evangelical people, and yeah, he's judgmental as fuck since then. He slut shames, his nicknames are gross, he always talks about people's mental health like they're crazy or insane. He mocks them. He will dress up like them with the ugliest blonde wig and red wig, and it's just revolting. And he says he's the dad of YouTube. I went to his channel to do some research about stuff, and he's got this fucking song about having big balls on a, just in general. So you're taking, when you've got the big leg spread when you go anywhere. That's the man who's going to save us from the family channels? Are you fucking kidding me? And we're here because he's shat on sex workers. And he has a song about fucking big balls on his channel? How fucking dare he? Anyway, we'll get to that. He does things like he criticizes people for wearing makeup, for having surgery, for what they wear. He hated one of the people, I think it's Just Jess, because she wore a yellow shirt, and in his opinion, yellow is gross. He's really hitting the hard issues over there on his channel. Yeah. He also criticized Christmas decorations. And there was a bunch of the moms who did a recreation of the Mean Girls thing, and I watched him watch that, and his tongue was out of his mouth. I think that I get the feeling that he wants them and he can't have them, so he just snarks on them to make himself feel better, because then he's better than them, Yeah. Anyway, one of the dodgy things he's done is when his son was 16, he sat down with him and got him to look at the Instagram pictures of an underage girl. Her name's Danielle Cohn, who was being pimped out by her mother. Not, metaphorically, she was being exploited by her mother on Instagram, YouTube, etc. She was 13, 12. We don't know because they all lied about her age. I think she was 12 or 13 at the time. Josh sat down with his son and went through Danielle's Instagram and said, do you think that that's inappropriate? Do you think that she's a slut? he didn't say that, but, you know, like, insinuation. Constantly slut-shaming. How old do you think she is? What do you think about her? Would you ever date a girl like that? Like, fucking toxic and disgusting. He constantly, like, his main goal is to bring down family channels. It's not, it's money. That's his goal, to earn money. He's got a Tesla. And he complains about family channels, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't really focus on the kids. He hates the mothers, like I said. He hates the women he can't have. And he doesn't blur the children. He doesn't blur them. He doesn't blur them. So you care so much about the children that you don't blur them? Okay. Just another note here. Apparently he does sometimes blur them these days, but he never used to. I believe he has the son I was just talking about doing some editing for him. His son is now over 18, so he's doing that by choice. But yeah, he still has a lot of videos with unblurred children, so I stand by what I said. The other thing, and this is one of the worst things he's done, is he doxed a creator. So, there's a creator called Brianna Kay. Hang on. He loved Meg. She was I don't know that she had her children on camera too much when he was still criticising, and a lot of them stopped putting their children on camera after he covered them, and he still covered them, because he's a petty fuck, you know? And he said that Love Meg was bringing out a cleaner, and he makes this statement, "It smells like her vagina." Really? He's so gross. Yeah, and the worst thing he's done, in my opinion, other than just his existence, is he doxed a creator called Brianna Kay. Basically, he figured out where she lived, because she was in Hawaii, and he used the coordinates that she was near a target, right? And he looked it up on Google Maps, matched it up with everything, and doxed her on his channel. So the man who wants to protect children doxed a creator with children, leaving her open to the entire internet knowing where she lived exactly. In Hawaii, and Hawaii's not a big place, so really dangerous. And he left it up for far too long. I think he just added a blur filter when he should have cut the fucking video, but he obviously didn't want to cut the AdSense, you know? Yeah, it took him a while to take that down, and I think he did apologise. Which means nothing, because you can't take back a doxing. Anyway, he only took it down too when some of his mods said this isn't a good look. So he really didn't give a fuck, and he doesn't. And he is like Kevin Tinter, Kevin/Karen Tinter, who thinks that if you're in the public eye, then you deserve to be scrutinised and studied and doxed. Now, he lives in Canada, so I don't think that there was much that could have happened with regard to legally for Brianna Kay, but I believe he doesn't cover her anymore. So even though that would have been very frightening, can you imagine this man who has been harassing her for years and just saying she's the worst person in the world, reveals your address, he's got it? Terrifying. So, yeah, it's the least he could have done. So, yeah. So, what brings us here today is my dear friend DC. I have notes. See? Oh. She said that he made a terrible video about sex workers. And around here, sex workers are valid. Sex work is real work. It doesn't matter. Who cares how you earn your money? Because, DCP, he earns his money in a really, really, unethical way, according to him, I think it's unethical. If he thinks OnlyFans is unethical, I think his entire reason for being. There's also so he's also put his own children on the internet. Oh, really? Rules for thee, but not for me? Oh, couldn't be a hypocrite now, could you? I think he wanted to be also a family blogger, but it didn't take off. Didn't take off. So he became an anti-family blogger channel, and that's how he got it. You know, you see these people, and look, my channel didn't start out to be anti-MLM, but after I covered Dre and Mandy, I wonder what Mandy's doing these days. I have to check back up on her. Dre's doing MRR. I really enjoyed it, and I also saw that there was a gap for Australians to be picking up the mantle of anti-MLM. I think it's really important. And yeah, like I said, I know Energic is a company that isn't, like, when my videos don't do as well, but I will still keep covering them because they're terrible. So yeah, and so it feels like Josh just picks things that are, you know, going to give the views. Yeah, he's definitely all about the money. So I'm gonna go get my dinner, and then we're gonna watch this horrible video. But that's the intro. That's who DCP is. If you've ever, like, he is the epitome of the white cis het man. Oh, also, one other thing about surgeries, he criticizes people who get surgeries. He had a gastric sleeve done, so he's had surgery to lose weight as well. How very Doug Wood of you. If you don't get that, if you're here, like, as a rando, or as one of DCP's stands, hey guys. Yeah, alright, let's pause this bitch. Oh, before we start, I forgot to tell you, the baby got sold. I was actually, like, missing him. I just added these cushions, by the way. Got new cushions. They're very cute. The cushion inserts aren't very poopy, though. I could probably set a dog up there. That's a crate. It's Wilbur. He's very busy at the moment. You know what he's doing. Yeah, the baby went into the pet store today to get sold, and he was gone in 2 hours. I miss him. He had character. He was a character. My nose is blocked. I apologise. I took some nasal spray, so hopefully it'll be clearing up soon. Let's get this video. He makes me so angry too. I'm not ready for it, to be honest. I might have to do it in 2 bits. We'll see how we go. He also thinks he's like this is why he was hanging out with Chelsea for a while, and he, like, Radiant Brit was also like, he sort of had some people that he would, like, they were in their little gang, like a little creator gang, and it was funny that it was him and all these very, you know, like, good looking women. Anyway, he would give them advice on sound and lighting and things like that because he is such a good guy, you know. Oh, he's got a really punchable face. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. So this is called Moms with OnlyFans Are Ruining Their Children's Educations. This man cares about education? Okay.
Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me today. Well, we're talking about something really, really important. We touched on this a couple of times on my channel in the past, and that's the OnlyFans moms who are being ostracized in the public, and the kids are being bullied and kicked out of schools because their moms are advertising their OnlyFans on the internet. We're talking about this sex work culture and having children. Again, we're bringing it up because it's hitting the mainstream narrative. This is a really, really important topic. We're also going to bring up Lena the Plug in this video because
that's your promo for your channels? You can barely see it. Yeah, really isn't in the modern narrative. Sex workers can't have children. That's what you're saying? Yeah, how are children finding... Like, what the fuck? You better explain this, mate.
he became a family vlogger and is one of the most disgusting people on planet Earth. So...
Take one to know one. I think he's talking about Shannon. Shannon. I can't remember her name, but she used to do sex work. Just remembered Shannon Rose. She was in a video with Tana Mojo, and yeah, she did sex work, and she has children now. haven't watched his channel in a long time, really. Petty with a Purpose. He wants to be like Swoop, like he wants to be the be-all and end-all, but he is not the be-all and end-all. He's petty. You got that right.
So let's talk first about what's been going on in the news right now. Mom banned from dropping kids off at the Christian school due to OnlyFans ad on her car. So let's watch this little thing. And again, this is exactly what she's looking for, unfortunately, but we do have to talk about it. Oh, it's crooked again. Everybody's feeding into it, but we do have to talk about it because...
That was real pro. It's crooked again. Can't cut that out. Got no time. We do have to talk about it. No, you don't. You don't have to talk about it.
This is shameful. Okay, so let's talk about this.
This is what I'm looking at when I pull up behind one of these vehicles. Facebook messages, complaints, and TikToks.
I'm gonna read those. See if we can read those.
Behind one of these vehicles.
Hello, Michelle. I'm sure you're aware that the decal in your vehicle have been a huge problem for families at LCP, as I know you enlarged them after LCP told you the vehicles were banned on school property.
Look, I don't want to say I've got a bias, but I'm on the OnlyFans person's side already. That's amazing. They told her that the posters where the decals were she made them bigger. Oh, I love that.
I can't really read that.
Messages, complaints.
Good morning, Michelle and Randy. I pray all is well. I'm writing today to let you know that the OnlyFans decals in the vehicles are causing a disruption. LCP. Ms. Thomas, the school's counselor, had reached out before to ask not to have those advertisements on campus, but it appears the vehicles with those decals have been back on campus, and she enlarged them. I'm requesting that you respect our request to keep the advertisements off campus. If you'd like to bring your vehicles on campus, please cover up the decals. If you'd like to park off campus, you're welcome to do so. Please let me know if you have questions. So, needless to say, if this were a public school, there would be a lot more problems. Why would you send your kids...
What? There would be a lot more problems. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Why would there be more problems? Are you about to say why would you send your kids to a Christian school? He is. Whose TikTok was that? Because the person had a Jesus, on the cross on it. It's kind of funny that we're talking about appropriate images. Wouldn't you say crucifixion is a fairly violent, situation? I don't know, getting double penetrated is pretty crazy as well on camera. Yeah. Crucifixion, also pretty fucking bad. So, you just choose those battles.
Private Christian school, if you are a star, are you...
It doesn't mean she's a star. Do you fucking research? OnlyFans models they aren't just porn, but also, it's not really counted as, the star. Star is, he's old school, so he doesn't really think, a porn star, when you think of porn stars, like Jenna Jameson, they've been in movies, blah, blah, blah. Cam modeling, it's more like modeling, and... Yeah, he's saying that to be shocking. And also, why would you send them there? What? If she's Christian and she thinks that they're going to give them a good education, it has nothing to do with her coochie and who she allows to see it.
Out of your dang mind. And there are literal people out there, I'm going to see if I can find it. There are people out there like this girl, Christian OnlyFans star, says she's because it's God's message. Which church do you go to? Hillsong? Do you go to one of those affirming churches about porn?
I have to wait until I have finished the crust that I'm eating, because I'm going to get really angry. You're a fucking scumbag, mate. And don't get me wrong, when an Australian says mate like that, we ain't fucking mates. The Hillsong Church has abused and assaulted people. To insinuate that that's a joke, you're a fucking scumbag. And, and he thought he really ate with that fucking... Really? What church do you go to? Hillsong? Fuck the victims though, right? Fuck you. This guy. Good for her.
Never heard of that. 35-year-old adult content creators confess the reason why she believes her religion aligns with their particular line of work. The woman has even gone as far as to say she feels more connected than ever to her faith after her drastic career change. Courtney not gonna say her name, has made a bold claim that ever since joining OnlyFans, she feels closer to God than she has before. She's sitting on a toilet there. The star first switched careers 7 years ago and has since stated that she believes the Almighty God put her on earth with a goal to help liberate women from sexual shame. Speaking to Daily Star over the weekend, God's message has been abundantly clear. I'm here to be a star. This is my way of surfing. Like, you can't make that up. I mean, I'm sorry. She believes that, and you can't make it up.
Yep. It's a news article, dickhead. What do you mean?
Not just a tiny, tiny little emblem on the back of a car.
This is the lady who was on the TikTok with the crucifixion, I think. Oh, I love it. You know, white women, we're doing God's work out there, aren't we? Just judgmental assholes, honestly.
At the entire back windshield of two vehicles. Lexi Thomas is a parent at Liberty Christian who wants this ad on another parent's car to stay off campus. That other parent is Michelle Klein, and what she has is an OnlyFans. Well, it definitely leans to
What she has is no self-respect.
This woman does not care what you say about her. Obviously, she loves the shit out of herself. She doesn't care. Look at that. She is the unbothered queen right there. This man has a lot of shame connected to sex. He can't deal with it. He honestly can't. He becomes like a child. He's got no maturity when it comes to sex. He just was like so ready with that. Oh, he's just such a topical fucking take on this. And I didn't watch this. I downloaded it without watching it, and I didn't look at his comments because all of his stupid stands and we love you, yeah, fuck that bitch, she's a cunt. I probably didn't say that.
What she has are two kids who are likely going to be bullied in school, likely already have. What she has is the ability for any...
How do you know? You don't fucking care about her kids. You do not give a shit about her kids. You just want to shame her for being a sex worker. That's what you started with. You don't care about the kids.
friends or her husband's friends or bosses to go look at all of her carnalness. You know what I'm saying? If you show your butthole on the internet, please don't have children.
Fuck off. You don't get to decide who has children. How fucking... The arrogance of this man to say don't have children. How fucking dare you? And do you know what? All of her spicy stuff was behind a paywall, you fucking idiot. Do you know how OnlyFans works? Like, this man, he's so ignorant. He's so, like, a prude. He's a prude.
Please, just keep them off out of the planet.
And also, so fucking hang on, I need to hear that again. Is he saying keep sex workers off the fucking planet? Is that what I'm hearing you say? I'm going to be really fucking angry if that is what he says.
Look at all of her carnalness. You know what I'm saying?
Also carnalness. Okay, Pastor Dave. Like, he's got a Pastor Dave thing about him. Dave's a guy. There's like Pastor Dave, he started Pure Flicks. I bet you like Pure Flicks. Right, Josh?
If you show your butthole on the internet, please don't have children. Please. Just keep them off out of the planet. Okay? You don't deserve to be a parent. Because
keep them off the planet, the children off the planet. It's still bad. Like, how fucking dare you?
if you do public sex work that can be found by anybody in an instant and likely for free, because when something like this happens, these people get OnlyFans famous, right? They get a big boost in sales or whatever, but they also get leaked for free everywhere.
Oh, he's seen it. He's seen it. You're not going to pay it, are you, Joshy? But you are going to go and look at it for free, aren't you? Aren't you? He's disgusting.
Just so you're aware. So these kids are going to find this. Imagine you're a child, teenager, okay? Going through the throes of puberty, especially a boy, okay? And let's be real. Boys are interested in girls generally. Boys are interested in that type of stuff. They're looking at that.
Yeah, straight boys are, maybe. Oh, I think he also... porn addiction at one point in time. Stars were okay back then, hey? Is that why you demonize it now? Because they made you do that. They made you addicted to it. He is pathetic.
Stuff when they're young. It's
also, I feel sorry for your children. You're an embarrassment. If you're going to be a misogynistic dick on the internet, don't have children. And imagine saying that when you already have children. Like the fucking cat's out of the bag. It's too late for that. So get the fuck over it, because it's not your life. It's not your family. Stay the fuck out of it.
successful than ever has been before, by the way. And you get something sent to you of your mother, maybe and your father, having sex on camera. Do you not think that's just traumatizing? You think it's appropriate?
Has anyone walked in on their parents having sex before? Quite similar.
If there's any chance that your stuff that you create is going to get it fed into your own child's eyes, don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Don't do it. Because that's going to be traumatizing for them. That's gross too, by the way. If you have to resort to sex work to make any money, you have zero self-worth and you are gross. I don't care if that, I know my haters on Reddit are going to go bananas for this, and I love it.
Do you love it? I'm not on Reddit, motherfucker. Okay? And, sex workers have a lot of self-respect, actually. Yeah, and, they're doing well. The people who stay in it. Yeah, you know, they honestly do not care what you think. And you think that they do so badly. And you think you've got the upper hand here. Oh, he's so pathetic. Sad little man.
You are teaching the world that this is the only way that you are valuable. And then in the next breath, a lot of these people will say, well, stop, hey, women are objectified.
What? That's not a good argument, you fucking idiot. Like pointing. Are you gonna let this woman speak? No, let's not let her speak.
I'm just saying. Sex work in general is bad. I think anybody out there who is a good parent who has children, if you ask them honestly, say, would you want your kid to be in sex work for their career? How many parents do you think are going to say yes? And those who do say yes, jail immediately. Okay? Nobody wants this for their child, and that's for a reason. Because it's gross. Okay? You are not self-respecting.
Is that all you've got? It's gross? Because he could probably go in with some statistics on, like, sexual assault, things like that, sexual trauma, etc., etc. But all you've got is, it's gross. Like, you're fucking, you know, an old man. Very, very conservative, prudy. Oh, their sex is gross. They don't have any self-worth. You see, he would have no idea what it would be like in a sex-positive house, like family, where they do talk to their children about sex in saying that it is not a dirty thing. It's something that is celebrated, that these two people love each other, and, you know, other people like to see that. Like, I think that, yeah, like, when you look at your child and you think, oh, I hope they grow up to be a stripper, you know, that's not happening, dickhead. Okay? But doesn't mean that people won't be accepted when they do it. Though they won't be accepted by you, because you're you.
I'm sure some of these people are happy doing it because they make a lot of money and they think that's good. But in the end, you're not going to be happy. And especially if you have children, your children will not be happy with those choices that you have made. And I've said this many times before. Once you become a parent, everything should change. You are no longer about yourself.
How much time do you spend down in your basement bitching about women? How much? How much parenting does your wife have to do because you're constantly bitching about women? You're looking at, I just have to find this person's nudes from OnlyFans to prove a point. No, I'm not looking at it for sake. I need to prove a point that her sons could find it. I'm not looking at it for any other I swear. What's on your lap? Nothing. Oh, this sad man. I don't even know if I can watch this whole thing because he's pathetic. If he just says it's gross and she's got no self-worth, then fuck that. But you have not changed. You changed once you got the money too, Josh. Once you got the money, You didn't change? Okay.
Oh, that pisses off a lot of people, especially my haters, especially people like Kira and her fans. It's no longer about you. You've decided to bring children into this world, so your priorities then should shift. You are now not about you. You are about your family. And it's about protecting them at all costs. Do you really want your child to be bullied because they can see your butthole on the internet? Do you think that's really good use of your time and of your...
What if she doesn't put her butthole on the internet? What if she's all about, the vag, you know? Not everybody's into butt play, DCP. You know, have you considered that? But he's seen him. He's seen it, so he knows that there's a butthole involved.
of your children's upbringing? Because let's be real, growing up and being a teenager is hard enough as it is already. Why would you want to add this layer of difficulty to their lives? What an idiot.
Explicit content, adult content for sure. Klein, who goes by Piper Fawn, says OnlyFans is her business and way of life. My husband and I have this, little wild, behind closed doors lifestyle.
Not behind closed doors anymore, is it?
We decided to share.
I hate these people. These are just disgusting. I'm sorry. And I'm not in the minority here. The majority.
What's your source on that? What's your source on that, Josh? Your audience? Because I'm sure people do not care. Honestly, they don't care. And I don't like you. You're a scumbag.
Majority of the world thinks the way that I think right now. And those who hate this, when I say and I get really upset about it, you're the minority and I don't care what you think. Because this should not be normalized.
Are you mentioning it? You've mentioned haters quite a few times, Josh. If it didn't bother you, why mention it? I'm in the minority, am I? Okay. I don't really care about that either, but, I just know that you have some very weird sexual trauma that you put on other people. And it's not okay. Like, not everybody has the sexual hang-ups that you do.
Shouldn't be. It never. And everybody's like, well, being a hooker and a prostitute's the tale's oldest time since biblical days, and you're right. But it has always been wrong and socially unacceptable to do it. Always. Throughout all, it might be the oldest profession, but it's also always been wrong. What does that tell you?
Not all parents want what Klein is sharing.
Not all parents. Some probably. You know how many dads are probably in the back of this line just Googling this thing? Your kids, like one of your kids' peers' moms, you're just looking up and like, again, I'm old fashioned and I just think it's disgusting.
At school, with some moms complaining to Klein and the school telling her not to use the main entrance and instead drop her kids off across the street.
Good. Yeah. No. Agreed. And what are you asking? Why can't I just show this on campus? Because we are a Christian school, and unfortunately,
You're not part of that. Fuck out of here.
Fortunately, however you look at it, we've got to uphold some semblance of our faith. What you're doing is completely against the Christian faith, and they have a right to say, you cannot bring an advertisement on our campus. They have a right to say it. And I hope this goes to like the Supreme Court of Florida. I absolutely, because they will get shot down. They have a right to that. Now, do they have a right to kick the kids out of school? I don't think that they should. I think that's actually not good. But they have a right to tell his mom, don't bring that here.
Was forced to have to, take it off or not come on campus. But
again, why would you send your kids to a Christian private school? It doesn't compute to me. Just put them in public school then.
Parents at this private school say there's a simple solution if Klein wants to use the main drive.
Do you want this to be on? You just want this to be on your face at the moment? Did you forget to put the thing back on? Because this is all about you. You don't really care. The always been wrong. Oh, sad man.
Why not take the decal off?
Yeah.
And that would seem like an easy thing to say, for sure, but
No, it's an easy thing to do too.
for me, it supports my family. This provides a very comfortable way of life for us.
See, it's all about what you can provide comfortably. It's not about like having any self-respect or your children being like, maybe they get things and they have a nice house and they have a pool, they go on vacations. Okay, is that everything? Or is like the fact that your kids are going to grow up and your mom's a and they're going to be bullied because of it, does that not register at all? That what that shows me is that you are selfish. And if you don't think these kids are going to be bullied, they absolutely are going to be bullied for it.
Maybe. You don't know that as well, though. Like these are all hypothetical situations that you, a conservative, prude man who thinks that sex is dirty, of course you're going to say that. But you don't know any of this for sure.
They really, really will be. They won't be able to probably have, there are going to be kids at their school they won't be able to be friends with because those kids' parents, and I don't know how I'd feel with this. I don't know if I would myself, but there's going to be parents that are going to be like, you're not hanging out with those kids. Those kids are likely going to miss out on great friendships because they don't want them.
They're going to miss out on great friendships from people with parents who say that their mother is a whore? No.
Their kids going to a place where filmed at another house. Don't forget, they filmed their house, put it on the internet. You really want your kids to go somewhere where there's filmed? These people are deplorable, disgusting people.
The children aren't in the... Like, as if... Oh, God, he's so pathetic.
putting this most private thing on the internet, I would never send my child. Yeah, I agree. I would never send my child to a home where I know they.
We know.
And if you would, you have a problem.
And it's legal. You know, I pay taxes just like everyone else. I'm not breaking the law. I just offended people. That's a distraction to my children. And no matter how poorly or how good I parent, porn is there.
And a lot of people are like, well, just don't let your responsibility for your kids not to look. I mean, kids, again, I'll say it again. Kids have more access to it than they ever have before,
even when I was a addict. Mother on the screen. Talk to your children about, monitor their devices. Like, what are you talking about? It's out there. However, if you make them feel shame for it, they're going to hide it, okay? They're going to know it's wrong, and they're going to have hang-ups like this dickhead, okay? And say that sex is dirty and it's just an endless cycle. Stop that cycle by being outwardly, saying like, yep, that's what Joe and Joseph, that's what their mother does. I don't like it, but that's what they do, and if it's something that worries you, you can come and talk to me about it. But if you are not having an open dialogue about pornography and keeping an eye on your children's devices, and you have to be really clever, because guess what? Pedophiles are clever. They're on the cutting edge of whatever technology is out there, because they have to be. That's the only way they have to stay that one step ahead. They're always one step ahead. So you need to be able to have that sort of relationship with your child so that you can talk to them and they will be truthful and you can trust them. Because if something happens, if they are getting groomed or something like that, they're going to talk to you about it instead of hiding it and possibly being in danger. Okay, because they know, based on, you talking about that OnlyFans, Mom, they can't talk to you about sexual matters because you get angry because it's wrong and they'll feel wrong. So that's a situation that's, just waiting to happen and probably has happened many times.
Like when I grew up in the internet age in 96, like from like 96, the internet was like a thing. Now it's on Twitter. It's everywhere. Kids can get it instantly.
You could get it back then too. Fuck off.
An algorithm admittedly sold by the tech oligarchs. Okay, so it's easier to get it than ever before. So, and she's right. So, and they'll be like, well, then just tell your kid not to, look at it. You're stupid.
And if that's kind of the first thing they're seeing when they're going into a place that should be educating them.
Faith-based education, by the way.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't know. They cut it off, so there you go. So, mom said Florida's been banned from dropping kids off, and she's all like upset about it. Here's another article on it. They brought her on the show. Fox News brought her on the show.
Controversy to cover. Her children now kicked out of their private school due to her advertising.
They've been kicked out now because she's like, I'm not going to stop dropping them off here with my big giant advertisement on here. The school, I don't know if they legally can do that. I don't, again, as a school, especially as a Christian school, I honestly think that was the wrong move. Right? It's not those kids' fault that their mother is a disgusting thought. It's not their fault. So I don't think that it's responsible for the school to kick them out. But if she refuses to change, like, all they had to do was appeal to her as a parent. Be like, look, do what you're going to do, but do you realize that your children are being...
Appeal to her as a parent. No, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. But also, he thinks that he would be able to solve this situation. That's why he's like, I know everything about everything. But yeah, they should be able to go to the school of their choice. It's a First Amendment right. Are we only allowed to have free speech when it's something you like? And also, thought is one of his favorite insults. He likes to call women thoughts. God, 2020, 2018. Once you insult back, dude.
Bullied here? Like, do you really want that for them? Like, if you asked, I hope in this interview, I haven't seen it yet, they ask her, are you scared that your kids are going to be bullied? And all these porn parents, and they've come out before and said this stuff like, well, raise them to not be, blah, blah, blah. You can't stop kids from bullying your children, especially if you put it on the internet. Like, if you asked her honestly, if you had a choice between, if you knew this was going to get your children bullied, would you do it? That's the question you asked them. And they'd say yes. They really would, because they don't care.
Advertising her OnlyFans account on the back of the vehicle and driving
she's evil.
The vehicle on school property. All right, so this money we are doing.
You're going on the news? Get something else on?
This fucking guy. This is why, he's going to go with an ad hominem as well. I think I have to pause while I eat my crust because it's too crusty. If you had good arguments, and he doesn't, you wouldn't often have to resort to the ad hominem attack, which is using a personal insult instead of actually talking about the points. What the fuck is wrong with what she's wearing? She's wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Her hair's done nicely. Like, this is pretty the woman who is hosting, she's wearing something sexier, in my opinion. He thinks he's like an authority on what's like hot and attractive and blah blah blah. He's just such a sad little man.
Klein to talk to us more about this. Michelle, it is good to see you.
She's laughing all the way to the bank. I hope that, again, she's doing this because it's making her money. But in the end, this is the way society is. We have to cover this type of topic because this exposes these disgusting pieces of trash.
You don't have to cover it at all. Maybe after one of his research sessions downstairs in the basement, you're looking up her oh, can I really find her nudes? I was just wanted to see if I could find her nudes without like subscribing to her OnlyFans. Oh, it's just research, and now you have to do the video because your wife busted you, and you have to say, oh, it was only for a video. I wasn't looking at her nudes for any other reason. It's for a video, so I have to make the fucking video now. You don't have to make this video. But look, I don't think she's gonna get too many subs from you. Really? The very, very pathetically sad women who follow you? They're gonna... No. She doesn't need your, like, promotion. Look, to me, as teeny tiny 1,200, nearly 200, subscribers, 200,000 is phenomenal, right? But it's not that much. It's not that much of a sway on the world. Monetarily, it's great. But the actual influence?
It turns 10 people off from these types of things, and so be it. I think we've worked.
So I want to get right into this here about this controversy. How long had the sticker been on your car before it was noticed by a parent?
Approximately 2 years.
2 years?
Prior to that.
She's lying. 2 years? Maybe it was this big, and then because remember, they admitted she blew it up and made it bigger. 2 years? Just you're a liar.
No, ma'am, nothing.
So they came to you and said, we've got a problem, there's been a complaint about this, and then how long ago was that?
Approximately 3 weeks ago, I actually got an email from an angry parent that had found me on Facebook, and she reached out to me, and it wasn't until the next day that I got an email from the school saying I couldn't have my car on the property any longer.
So is it just one?
So just live your life and be like, you know what? You're right. I'll drop them off without the advertisement. It's really worth getting your kids kicked out of their school. They have friends and stuff. It's really worth it.
Angry parent, or did that then incite other parents to be upset?
Only parent that came to me with concerns. I'm sure, obviously, that there's more out there who have issues, but that's the only one that had brought it to my attention.
And the school came to us and they said if she removes this, she can come back. Did you consider that? What was that thought process?
They had said if I removed it and I removed all social media, that's the most recent thing when they expelled the kids. They said.
So let's talk about that, because you mentioned removing all social media. Mm-hmm. What is OnlyFans?
I hope they have proof of that. The school said remove all social media? All of her private... I hope they have proof of that, because I don't think the school would say that. The school has no place in saying that.
Fans, and without getting into a whole lot of detail, what do you do on OnlyFans that could get these parents upset?
I have sex on camera.
For a lot of different things. For me particularly, it is explicit material, just my husband and I.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
But I'm not saying that. It's just simply a link on my car. And even then, it's blocked by a paywall, and you have to have ID to get through.
Yeah. I'm not going to look, but if I really wanted to look this one up, I'm sure anybody could. You could find it for free on the internet. Okay, this stuff gets leaked all the time. Especially the most famous ones who do this. People leak them on purpose. And you think a kid isn't tech savvy enough to find a way to get around a paywall of OnlyFans? Are you out of your mind?
There's other websites out there that don't even require that. They have a lot easier access to.
I'm sorry. Wrong. OnlyFans would not... They've got pretty good security. Yes, people leak them, but I don't think they'd find a way around a paywall, dickhead.
Oh, well, then that's okay. They have a hard time getting behind a paywall. You're so stupid. You're so dumb. You don't think any of these kids have, older brothers and siblings that can just do it if they wanted to? They can just fake their age on OnlyFans? You know how easy it is to probably access... I don't know, because
Methinks the man doth protest too much. He's seen him. Definitely.
OnlyFans, but I'm sure it's easy to just fake...
He hasn't been on OnlyFans. Your entire argument is moot then. You don't know how hard it is to get then, my friend. What a dickhead.
your age and grab a prepaid credit card to do it.
Or mine would.
How long have you been doing OnlyFans?
About 3 years now.
And what made you start doing it? I'm so sorry, I'm just so curious about this. What made you start doing it?
Oh,
Money.
that's what I've always,
Money. The answer is money. It pays us money.
I'm the little kinkier lifestyle where we're just kind of, we always share pictures between the two of us and that sort. So we were never really shy to have a camera in the
She's nasty.
room with us. And then when OnlyFans kind of took off around COVID, it seemed like you started hearing a lot more about it and a lot more people started doing it and it seemed to be more acceptable.
Thanks for that. COVID ruined us. Couldn't even brush your hair. Look at his fucking hair. Do I want to get ad hominem on him? I want to.
So we figured we would just give it a shot. And at first we started very mild, just, editing, covering faces. And then we just kind of said, if we're going to do it, let's just go for it.
Right? F them kids. F the kids that we have that are in school. F those kids.
I don't think that would have been, I'm just repeating myself at this point in time, so I'm going to watch it for a bit longer, but if it's just him going, they're gross, she's nasty, he's gross, blah, blah, it's disgusting.
A statement from the school as well. They had basically said they want people, it's not queued up, so I'll just go on to the next part of that. They were basically saying it's a private school at this point. So here's the statement. The school said, in part, Liberty Christian Preparatory School is taking appropriate action to protect the innocence of children.
How?
Agreed.
How? How is it not... What? That doesn't even make any sense. Taking away their innocence? A decal on a car?
And unfortunately, kicking those kids out sucks, but it takes away distraction inside the school. So,
so you agree?
You chose the life. Unfortunately, you get the ramifications that come with it, which includes lots and lots of money and fame, but also includes that your kids are going to be ostracized and bullied and kicked out of school for it. That's what comes with the territory. You need to choose between giving your kids a normal life that's not going to be bullied for your actions or not. That's literally the simple choice you get to make. You don't need to make porn to live.
There's an argument as well. One, that's part of it, but also it's a private school and they can make their own rules.
I just also went on to say before I let you reply that consuming, producing, distributing, or advertising pornography is inconsistent with the teachings of the Bible, the church, and LCP. Obviously, this is a religious school, right? So did that come into play at all in terms of your thoughts about
it? It did. Okay. We had the kids, they've been going there for 5 years now. So prior to us getting into this, they were already there. And
see? That's why they go to that school, you fucking idiot. Why would you send your kids to that school if you were going to be a star? Because they weren't at the time.
When we first got into it, it was very kind of secretive, so no one really knew until the decal 2 years ago. But even then, it just...
So you could have kept it secret from everybody. You didn't have to put the decal on your vehicle. You're driving around Florida telling everybody to... You didn't have to do the decal. She did that on... can you imagine this...
Of course she did it on purpose, you fucking idiot. You don't accidentally put a decal on your car. Oh my god, this man is impossible.
Audacity of going to a Christian school, they're like, you're just trying to cause problems. And you're putting a target on your kids' backs by doing that. You're such a loser.
It didn't seem like it hindered anything. Mm-hmm. There was not really any issues brought about it. No one mentioned it to us with the administration, so we just kind of kept rolling with it. And honestly, until the last 3 weeks, it hasn't even been a big deal in our family. Our kids don't talk about it, make a big deal about it. No one's really said much about it until now.
Yeah, now the kids have to switch schools at this point. So how tough is that? I mean, obviously you could have gone a different way, but the kids who've been there 5 years now have to go to a different school. You're going to homeschool.
How about bullying? Ask them about bullying. Ask them about that.
Right. We had
already you're going to homeschool them.
At the end of the school year, obviously reconsidering what we're going to do and possibly homeschooling. We had already talked about that even prior to
this person going to homeschool kids? Okay.
This all taking place. So we just kind of moved on.
Yeah, there's your assumptions about oh, she must be dumb because she's a star. You don't fucking know. Honestly, this man. Some of the smartest people in the world are kinky as fuck. He's such a prude. He's just pathetic.
So I want to ask you, what was your reaction to the kids kind of being expelled or kicked out of the school? Did you think that had crossed a line?
Do you want to let her fucking answer before you have a comment, dickhead?
But what you did cross line. Okay, wait, what kind of questions are these? Ask the real questions. Are you not scared that your children are going to suffer the consequences of your actions at school? Are you not scared of that at all?
I do, yes, because I feel like when they came to me and asked me to not be on property any longer with my vehicles, I immediately obliged. I wasn't back on property one more time since then, and I did what I was asked, but then I felt like, that wasn't enough. It's like they had to take it further, and now I feel like it's being taken on the kids because they weren't an issue, their behavior.
So there you go. There's the consequences of your actions on your children, right or wrong, whatever you guys believe of the school, right or wrong. The consequences are there for your children because of your actions. So not only that, they probably are being bullied. Now those kids are going to know everything about this because it's gone viral. You're now mom.
You don't know that.
moms and dads' nudes and sex tapes are going to be shared with the internet at will wherever you go. So yeah, don't almost force homeschool.
Oh, how do you know that? Because you've seen it.
So that these kids aren't bullied at school. They know that. That's a choice that they're making. So there are direct consequences.
You don't care. The only way that you care about them is because you can shit on this woman. I haven't mentioned the father. Do you want to mention the man? Because the man's involved. Isn't a man supposed to run his household? Why is she? She's the only one who's getting called this, that, and the other. Yeah? You haven't mentioned it. Because you hate women. That's why.
Of your actions, your kids now suffer the direct consequences of your actions. There's no other way to put it.
Their grades, anything like that wasn't a problem. It's just simply someone didn't like my car decal, so I removed it from the property.
It's not the decal, lady. It's not the damn decal.
And yet, it still wasn't sufficient.
What is this? Just the feedback you got? I'm sure you gotten all kinds of support and critics.
Oh yeah, lots of hate saying I'm a bad mom, like
You are a bad dad.
exploit my kids for money, and yet,
Exploit your kids for money. How? Well, I don't understand that.
that was certainly never an intention. I'm just defending myself. I wasn't expecting a payout or anything like that. And
I don't understand that.
I'm certainly not looking for a lawsuit, and never the plan for me.
I'm just looking for attention to get more money on OnlyFans.
Taking up for myself because I feel like I should be able to do that. So.
My kids are Christian school and I'm a star.
What is the lesson that you want to?
They didn't ask the question.
Here? And how do your kids? Do your kids know what you do on OnlyFans? They do. Okay. We, without going into major detail, we have kind of explained to them what it is because I look at.
Your daddy and I have sex on camera for the internet and money. All right, everybody, let's get some mac and cheese. Are you serious?
Can you imagine having to learn about sex from this man? I feel sorry for anyone who is the sexual partner of his sons, because they are not going to give a fuck about women. Oh my god. He is so ignorant. Do you understand that there are parents who have good relationships with their children, who talk about everything, sex as well? You don't understand that. Your little pea brain cannot conceive that your worldview is not the correct one and that everybody is like you, right? And then anybody who isn't like you is a freak, is disgusting, gross, etc., etc. A lot of people, especially parents these days, talk to their kids about sex in a positive way, so that they can have a positive relationship with sex. It's not such a fucking surprise. He's just so ignorant.
It is like it was a risk that kids could tell in at school. They could find out somehow. So I'd much rather hear it from me than hear third party.
That's better. That's like parents like, I'd rather my kid. I'm going to smoke my first cigarette. I'm going to smoke my kid's first cigarette with them, so they know. This is the whole logic. I want them to find out from me that I'm a porn star and everybody else. Cool. Classy.
So then we kind of have had discussions about it, and that's really it. We move on. They don't really think much of it. They're not really bothered by it, like the way
They just got kicked out of school of 5 years because of your actions. They're not bothered by that? You're such a liar.
everybody would think that they are. Everyone assumes that we have this terrible, crazy upward home life, and certainly not the case.
As you know, it exploded into outlets all across the country. Michelle, appreciate your time.
Yeah, Michelle, here, let's give you a platform and make you some more star. Great work. Great work, Mom. Here's another article. School suspends boy after finding his mom's OnlyFans content. An OnlyFans mom...
Okay, I'm just gonna go here.
In this industry probably know people that have died or committed suicide or been murdered or whatever else case may be in this industry. That's really dangerous. So you're making your millions. You do that thing, whatever. Okay, whatever. Why did you feel the need to start a family vlog and put your kids on it in the same breath? Like she does pregnancy fetish as well. That child that they did pregnancy fetish with is now on the internet for everybody to see. And look at these comments. Can y'all please upload more? Seeing y'all's progress from getting drunk and hitting the scene while being wholesome parents, they're not wholesome parents. They still do porn. Like, it's just like, this is the way the world, this is what we've become. And this is why I'm like, send the asteroid.
To his place, please. Start there. Then go to Bethany in your sober guide in MRA. Go, there might be some collateral damage in Florida if you go after Veronica, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. It's just him railing against somebody. Do I think it's a little weird that do I think that there would be somebody out there who would get off on pregnancy porn and then seeing that baby in real life? Yes, unfortunately, but that's not their fault. That's the freak pedophile who gets off on that, you know what I mean? He's so...
way too far. We have strayed so far from what normal people should be doing because the internet has like enabled that, and money and fame and just it corrupts. That's just the way this works, okay? That poor girl. This kid's gonna be traumatized as F. Not gonna lie, the kid's gonna run away whenever he found out of this. How many guys does she need to have sex on video with before you leave your wife? All these are new comments, right? I feel bad for anybody that's called them parents. Please explain the clip where Lena is dressed as a clown and her daughter is breastfeeding for their OnlyFans. I just saw this on Odin's men's channel. So if this is true, if she's dressing as a clown and doing breastfeeding on OnlyFans, if that's true, that's a CPS call.
Okay, yeah, right. So do you think that somebody already did that?
You should not be putting your child in pornography. And if that's the case, I cannot believe they're getting away with that. So this is where we are in the world. Now, how does this kind of segue into family vlogging? Well, unfortunately, Lena's a family vlogger, right? And she's but the reason why this is so dangerous, the internet.
She's a family vlogger, and I don't like family vlogging. I don't like family channels. I think they're terrible, and they should be banned on YouTube. Okay? But, she's a human, and you're disgusting to just say she's Ew.
It's dangerous for kids in general because parents, whatever choices that you make are going to affect your children. Now, a lot of my haters are like, oh, when Josh's kids find out what he does on the internet, they're going to hate him so bad. They're going to hate me for standing out for exploited children. Are you out of your damn mind? Lay off the meth pipe, Lisa. Okay? You're so stupid. Okay, I don't do on the internet. I don't do things that I'm ashamed of on here at all.
No, I know that. No. You hate women. That's what, I would be mortified if I found out that my dad was sitting down in a basement all the time working, and it was him talking about this woman's Christmas decorations and saying how she was disgusting and the bra's too small for her and she looks terrible in yellow. That's pathetic. And somebody who is so conservative that sex is dirty, gross. No one's saying you're doing Josh. You've missed the point of that. And how fucking dare he say lay off the meth pipe, Lisa? I'm in recovery, but I'm not on drugs. People who disagree with you generally are not on drugs, okay? They have a very, very good functioning brain to actually combat your points of view instead of just calling them gross and stupid and this and that. Yeah? Oh my goodness. Yeah. What a sad man.
Oh, I literally stand on this channel every single day, most videos, and I call out child exploiters who exploit children for cash.
Oh, you hate women. That's it.
Okay, and I do it in a very rude way. I'll give you that. But it's petty with a purpose, like it says at the beginning of my channel.
No purpose. There's no purpose. Oh, sorry, there is a purpose. And it's the same as the OnlyFans, Mom. Money. I know people behind the scenes, and he is very money-focused. I know that.
Snark with attitude because they deserve it.
Yeah, if you had, you could be the best channel in the entire world if you didn't actually denigrate women like you do, okay? You talk about their physical attributes, and you just, the hateful women that you have sees out of every pore in your body. It just pours out of you. And maybe you don't see that, but you hate women. And we're not real fond of you. I don't know. I'm going to speak for all the women and femme-presenting people that I know. Probably non-binary people, you know. Yeah, we don't much like you. So, that's fine. But you could have been a force for change. But you want to talk about bras and boobs and fucking vagina cleaner and Docs Brianna K and, talk about a yellow shirt and put on a wig and talk about your big balls and...
Just going to pause here to show you some disturbing images from this music video that the Dad Podcast Challenge put out. And this is from Marissa, Not Another Housewife's channel. So he's sitting on a seat, man spreading, not letting someone else sit down. Are you sweating? Don't know what this is about. He fat shames. Now check this out. Yeah, that's real cool. This is Not Another Housewife's edit. Ew. And are you sweating there, Mr. Spread Eagle? Like, ew. He's the one who says gross to other people? This is a music video about bowls. That's his Tesla. And there's not another housewife. She's gorgeous. Beauty dubs. So you're going to tell me that this is the man sent to save us from the family channels singing about his big balls. Okay.
It's just such a hypocritical point of view. You're allowed to have a music video about your big balls, right? But she can't have an OnlyFans sticker on her car. Fuck off.
Everybody's always, it calls me misogynist, right? Or they say this thing and that, oh, you hate women, and how dare you comment on looks and blah, blah, blah. Again, I'll say this again like I've said it a million times. I could be way more mean to these people.
Do it then. Do it. Be real. Be your real self then. If he's holding back, oh, what a disgusting human he is. And if this is him holding back, wow, what a piece of shit.
You understand me? Like, I'm being nice. I could be way more vitriolic. I could take the gloves off. You guys saw the video with Kira. When she
Is this a flex?
called my name. Okay, I could be way, way more mean, and they would deserve that too. Do you understand that? I'm just being a little bit snarky and funny over here to people with ugly thumbs.
You're not funny. You have never been funny. I have never laughed except at, like, how fucking pathetic you are.
And weird foreheads and neck skin, okay? But I'm telling you this. They always leave this part out, my haters. Always leave out the part that these people exploit children for money. The lowest form of human behavior.
No. I fucking hate the Ace family. I hate the royal family. Family vlogging should end. And I just said that, motherfucker. So don't say that I am not, like, we don't miss that. We don't like the way that you do it. I'm speaking of it. I don't like the way you do it. And you're like, I could be meaner. This is you being nice. Man, your poor family. Your poor wife. Your poor family. God damn.
Okay, even lower than doing. I'll give it. Like, that's and just the fact that these people porn and do that makes them worse.
Lower than being porn. Hang on. You think family channels are lower than porn? That's interesting.
Okay, it's the lowest form of human behavior. That's the third lowest. Okay, so we got kids who actually do hurt kids and stalk kids and hurt them, murder them, and do things to them. That's the lowest form, and those people shouldn't be on Earth. Okay. Then there's people who exploit children and abuse them and don't put it on the camera, and they do it because they're just weird and gross and disgusting and should be in jail. Then there's people who do it for cash. Okay, but anywhere that you exploit children in any way, it makes you the lowest form of life, in my opinion. Okay? And I think a lot of people who follow me would agree with that sentiment. So those.
Yeah, he's kept a lot of people in with that fucking thing, but, like, they have to see through it. He is in this to humiliate women.
People out there hating on me for this. Okay, I get it. I understand you don't want me making fun of girls' looks. But also, I just want you to remember and say this after you hate on me for doing this. That, yes, I get that these people are disgusting. They always say, like, oh, I don't like her either, but I can't believe he'd make fun of her looks.
And that's not the only reason why I think you're a fucking prude and you put all of your sexual hang-ups on people. And you judge people's everything, not just their fucking looks. Okay?
It's so stupid to me. You always forget for some reason that these people are the lowest form of life that exists on the internet.
And so are you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not like, they don't deserve what you're getting because, like, you're better than them. You're the same. I think you're a fucking hypocrite.
They take children who cannot give informed consent, and they feed them to predators on a silver platter. There are strangers that have parasocial relationships with children that these children have no idea.
And you only care because you want to shit on the mothers. Fuck off. Like, I do not. No. This is you. He said, I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what my haters think of me. Then why are you trying to bargain with your haters right now? Why are you trying to say it's okay? Because these people deserve to be, like, ruined, right? So do you. You're terrible. You're a terrible person. And just because they're terrible people doesn't make you less of a terrible person. You're all terrible.
Follow them. There are predators actively following them, downloading their content, and turning into artificial intelligence CSAM. They go to school and they are bullied sometimes. Probably a lot more than that. They live double lives when the camera is on and when the camera is off. And 8 Passengers is a perfect example of that. Okay? Their parents are narcissists because you have to be a narcissist in order to do this type of content. It's impossible to not be a narcissist.
So yeah.
These kids are coerced and are tricked into doing this and are bribed and are made to feel guilty when they don't want to do it because this is how their parents make their money. These kids don't have a say. They cannot give consent. And in the end, all the ones that we've talked...
Editing Tish here. I just wanted to say the reason why my body language is changing and I'm rolling my eyes, etc., is not because these things aren't true. They are true. The point is, he really doesn't care. Like, he is using this as an excuse. This is what he rolls out. This is what he says to his audience. This is why it's all worth it. Why I can treat these women like absolute dirt. And, you know, that's why I've got the moral high ground, which is wrong. Like I said previously, he's a terrible person. They're all terrible people.
And 99% of them that come out of this on the other side hate what happened to them and what...
Yeah, right? And they'll hate you too because you don't blur them either, motherfucker. You help to give them, like, notoriety as well. Great. We know this. What the fuck? Why now? Why are you doing this now? Because you just spent half an hour talking about how a mom is the worst person in the world because she does sex on camera. This is for the haters. Don't hate me because of this. No, I still hate you, and I hate child predators, and I hate family vlogging.
That they were taken advantage of. Almost all of them are. And you're sitting here worried about me making fun of someone's thumbs.
Yes, because you're a disgusting human. Fuck off. You're not helping the cause. You're not helping. You're just a troll.
On the wrong thing and you're stupid. Okay? Don't be so dumb. But I understand. I don't get to come on the internet and be this type of guy without having some haters either. It's part and parcel. It's with it. I would be like, am I doing something wrong if I didn't have any haters? Right? Because there are people out there actively who want children to be on the internet. They actively want to watch strangers' babies, and I'm not saying, and let's put away the predators and everything else that are watching for the wrong reasons. Like the disgusting reasons, because everybody's watching these for the wrong reasons. There's no good reason to watch these children. But there are people actively out there who stand these families, who are like, because I've done videos on obscure families, and I'm like, oh, I agree with your message, but not about this family. I'm like, what? Why? What do you mean? What's so special with this family that you agree with? They're family exploiters too.
I just can't.
These changes instantly across the future relationships. Oh, your mom's like, again, they're going to lose out on friends because I don't want you going over to a friend's house where they photography. I don't want you over there. No, thank you. Nope. I don't trust those people. Like, these kids are all suffering. It's all about, guys, I know I'm not always just about kids and protecting kids. It's not the only thing I do in this channel, but it's the main focus. But I think we could all agree, even my haters could agree. These kids need to be protected.
And you're not doing it. Like, that's the fucking point, dickhead.
Agree on that? And so the way I do that, the way I end the voice for them, is by calling their parents out for being the atrocious bastards that they are. You okay with that? Cool.
No.
Just checking.
No.
Maybe I'll change everything though, because Lisa on the meth pipe over there doesn't like me making fun of someone's shoes.
I'm not watching anymore. What a disgusting pig of a man. Like, is this the way that you, like, can we agree on one thing? No. I'm not going to agree on the way that you do it. It's not helping any kids. You don't help children. You just bitch and whine and say the points that you've been saying for years and years and years and years and years. Fuck off my screen, motherfucker. Oh my god, that made me a lot madder than I thought I was going to be. But I just, I don't want to see his face ever again. And I'm sure that he would call me a liberal nutjob with my coloured hair. He was going to hate this. Yeah. To call all of his haters Lisa on the meth pipe. Keep believing that one because, yeah, you wish they were on meth. Although, you know, like, someone on meth could really, really, like, they could go through all his content. So, Lisa on the meth pipe, I support you watching every single one of the Dad Challenge podcast videos and finding all the shitty things he said. Because it's a long list of shitty things. A long list. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to DC. Any Dad Challenge podcast stands over here. He talked about the Family Channel stands and how extreme they are. Can't wait for the DCP stands. And yeah, you know, like sex work is work, and you just you know wanted an excuse to shit on porn stars, I suppose. And again, like, to say I just don't think that's an accurate term, so yeah, I don't know. He's pathetic, and what he's doing doesn't help children. It's as simple as that. So he is right. He could do something with his platform, possibly, but no. He wants to talk about shoes. I don't know. I've never heard him talk about shoes that I can recall. And anything that he has talked about is usually highly sexualized. You know, like he said, "Oh, that's what you're gonna wear." Well, what the fuck? Do you want her to wear like her lingerie? You know, like it's always about like how pleasing the woman is or whatever. You know, and they got to live up to his like standards, and his standards are ridiculous. Alright, I'm gonna go. Have a good one. I hope it wasn't too much because he is a lot and I got angry. Okay, alright. Have a good one and goodbye.
Thank you to the Echo members. On our Gremlins tier, we've got Rosie Path of Stones, The Eclectic Mima, Lisa Hance, Lynn Wee, Mountain Crystal, and Rutro Rachel. On our Ghost tier, we've got Demi, The Clown Town, and Katie Murph. Thanks very much, you guys. Love you.